I want to point out as well, I showed this earlier with the UN flag and the flat earth model being exactly the same. Again, just a form of mockery, putting it in plain sight. I mentioned Freemasonry earlier, with the whole entire concept of 33 and Freemasonry being the highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. It just so happens there are 33 segments to the whole entire flat earth UN logo model. And getting back to this one particular scene, again from Daniel Tosh talking about Antarctica. As you can see here, this is the whole entire ring around the world that holds the water in. Okay, it's that simple. Now, another thing I want to mention about Daniel Tosh, when he talks about space, how it does not exist. It's not the first time he said that. Okay, he said it also earlier this year. Let's take a look at this very short clip from this one episode. Take a listen to what he says here.
Like space, being born gay, and the female orgasm, climate change is a myth.
Says it right there. Okay, he says it again right there. And again, I can't stress this enough. He has script writers that write all this stuff he says. Okay, it's not just out of his own head, pulled out of thin air. Same entire concept as I shown before with Vince McMahon. Basically, again, mocking the audience. Same concept. Take a listen to what he says here about talking about unlikely things. And that's the earth spinning on its axis. Take a listen.
Hell would have frozen over at WrestleMania. The seas would have parted. The earth would have spun on its axis. And
there you go again. So through comedy, through WWE wrestling, which these are all controlled by the so-called elite. They're going to give us the truth, little hints, little Easter eggs in plain sight, and the masses are not going to get it. They're not going to understand what is taking place. They've been born into this world full of deception, and unfortunately living their whole entire lives not knowing they've been deceived. And that's pretty sad. That's a very sad fact. Again, it's very easy to control people, just like this whole entire concept of Nazi Germany. Look at all these people. You control the media, you control the minds. People spend so much time trying to be liked and accepted in society. Very few are going to go against the grain. It's that simple. It's like the whole entire concept going, again, back to Nazi Germany with Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels. Let me control the media and I will turn any nation into a herd of pigs. That's what it all comes down to. Complete mockery with all these people. It's unbelievable how they know how the human mind works and how to control people, how to keep them locked in a box. And of course, the whole entire concept of the flat earth, our entire lives has been ridiculed. If you believe in the flat earth, you're an idiot, you're a moron. And that's, again, how they keep you locked in a box. I mean, this is the biblical concept of the flat earth, the sun and the moon within the firmament. This is 100% biblical. The sun, again, is not 93 million miles away. The moon is not 238,000 miles away. And they're both much smaller and much closer. They circle around the flat earth. That's why you have, let me show this one flat earth model from this vantage point where basically, as I mentioned before many times, how the sun and the moon circle above the flat earth. That's why the sun rises in the east and sets the west for everybody. It's very, very simple. And seasons are created as the sun and the moon circle above the flat earth and they move at different speeds. The sun a little bit faster than the moon and they cross paths. This is how you get your eclipses as well. And as they circle above the flat earth, they also shift in position. And this is what creates seasons. Okay, I'm going to get into the whole entire topic of the so-called North Pole and how it all works with 24-hour sunlight in a little bit. But I'm going to get the whole entire concept. Basically, when you wear a wristwatch, you are wearing the whole entire concept of the world you live in. Again, how the sun moves faster than the moon and it circles above. That's simple. And I find it very interesting looking at Admiral Byrd going back in time. And you see the whole entire concept of the flat earth behind him. And what do you see here in the center? Okay, take a look here. It's basically exactly how, again, how the arms work on a clock. Understand the whole entire concept as well when it comes to the magnetic north. This is what controls how the sun and the moon circle above the flat earth. Okay, just like how on a wristwatch or a clock, how the center basically dictates how the arms move on a clock. Same exact principle. So again, the flat earth model, if you have a wristwatch, one of these older type non-digital, This is what you're wearing. You're wearing a model of the world you live in. Now, talking about more mockery when it comes to the so-called enlightened ones. Just look at this quote from George Lucas. Of course, is known for, world famous, known for the whole entire concept of Star